Hi dears, in this class we discuss about animal tissues. Last class we learned plant tissues. Yes, different types of tissue, protective tissue and its function. Same way, today we discuss about animal tissues. We know when we breathe, we feel the contraction and relaxation of the movement of lungs. Yes, and we know we intake or inhale the oxygen, and this oxygen is moved through the upper respiratory tract, and this our lungs pass this oxygen to blood, and blood it helps to pass this oxygen into all the parts of our body. So each and every tissues have their own functions. Okay, so according to their function, the animal tissues are mainly classified into 4 types. Okay, first one is epithelial tissue, second one is connective tissue, and the third one is muscular tissue, and fourth, nervous tissues. These are the 4 different types of tissues. So today we learn about the first one, epithelial tissue. Okay, so today we learn about epithelial tissue. In plant tissue we learn the outermost protective layer is epidermis. As the same way, in animal tissue the outermost protective layer is epithelial tissue. Okay, so it is very simple to learn. So today we discuss about the function and the different or distinct features of this epithelial tissue. Okay, so first one, epithelial tissue is a covering or protective tissue in the animal body. So it is the covering or protective tissue in the animal body. Okay, and it covers most organs and cavities within the body. Okay, it covers each and every organs like heart, lungs, liver. So each and every organ covered with this epithelial tissue, and also in between the cavities also filled with this epithelial tissue. Okay, and it also forms a barrier to keep different body systems separate. Okay, it also forms a barrier. We know each and every organs are covered with this epithelial tissue, so it acts as a barrier and it separates different body system. Okay, it separates lungs and heart, each and every body system. And the next one, this epithelial tissues are tightly packed and forms a continuous sheet. So this epithelial tissue, next to the features of epithelial tissue, so these are tightly packed. Okay, tightly packed. Epithelial tissues are tightly packed and forms a continuous layer. Okay, or continuous sheet, and they have small amount of cementing material between them. Okay, cementing material between them. Each and every space have small amount, not more, but small amount of cementing materials is filled between them, and almost no intercellular space. No intercellular space, which means there is no cavity. It's a continuous sheet. Okay, same way, same points we learn in our epidermis of the plant cell. Okay, so this is our animal protective layer called epithelial tissue. It is the outermost part of the body like skin, and also inside we can see this epithelial tissue. Especially each and every organ is protective or covered with this epithelial tissue. Okay. And in between them small cavities are there. This cavity is also filled with this epithelial tissue. Okay. And according to this epithelial tissue's functions, it may be classified into 4 types. Okay. In some case, especially the skin, we know our skin, we need additional protection. We want to protect the skin from injuries. Yes. So in the skin, the epithelial tissues are multi-layer, not a single layer. They are multi-layer. Okay. And inside this, our respiratory tract, in our respiratory tract, the oxygen or the air pass because of this movement of this epithelial tissue. Okay, they are modified in that case ciliated epithelial tissue. So each and every, according to their function, this epithelial tissue mainly classified into 4 types. Okay, so let's move to that. Some of the epitheliums again classified according to their function and structure again into 2. Okay, so total 6 types of epithelial tissues are there. Okay, main 4 types and some of them are again classified. Okay, so first we discuss about the first one, squamous epithelium. Okay, squamous epithelium. So simple squamous epithelium. Okay, so squamous epithelium classified into 2, simple squamous epithelium and stratified squamous epithelium. So the first we discuss about the simple squamous epithelium. Simple, which means very simple in structure. So here simple squamous epithelium, which means thin and flat and form a delicate lining. It's very thin and flat, form a delicate lining. It's very weak, easily breakable. So this mainly seen the simple type of squamous epithelium, the esophagus, which means food we eat, that place. Okay, esophagus, and the lining of the mouth. Okay, esophagus and the lining of the mouth are also covered with simple squamous epithelium. Okay, so the simple squamous epithelium we can mainly see in esophagus and the lining of the mouth. So it is very delicate and flat. Okay, so the second one is stratified squamous epithelium. Strata, which means layers. Okay, strata, which means layers. Okay, so stratified squamous epithelium, which means the skin epithelial cells are arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear. I'm already told you what, our skin need additional protection. So it is arranged in multi-layered epithelium. So multi or many layered epithelial cells or tissues. So this many layers to prevent wear and tear or to prevent the skin from damage. Okay, so this is arranged, or the skin epithelial cells are arranged in many layers, or stratas are there, stratified layers are there. So stratified squamous epithelium, which means many layered epithelium, multi-layered are there, since they are arranged in a pattern of layers. So this pattern of layers of squamous epithelial tissues are called stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, stratified squamous epithelium. It mainly present in skin. okay, skin. And this simple squamous epithelium mainly seen in the lining of the mouth and the esophagus region. Okay, so first type we discuss squamous epithelium, and the second type is columnar epithelium. Okay, so columnar epithelium is a pillar-like epithelium. Okay. So the inner lining of the intestine, it's mainly present in the inner lining of the intestine. Okay, inner lining of the intestine. We know the main function of intestine is absorption and secretion. Okay, the inner lining of our small intestine and large intestines are there. So the inner lining of the intestine is filled or covered with this columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium, which means pillar-like epithelium. Okay. So this is tall epithelial cells, comparatively tall epithelial cells, and it facilitates movement across the epithelial barrier. It facilitates the movement across the epithelial barrier. Okay, so here the columnar epithelium is mainly present in the intestine, inner lining of the intestine. It helps to absorption and secretion. Okay, helps to absorption and secretion. It is a tall epithelial cell. Okay, tall epithelial cell, comparatively tall epithelial cell. And it facilitates movement across the epithelial barrier. And this columnar epithelial cell or the tissue also modified into ciliated. The next one, the fourth one is ciliated columnar epithelium. Okay, ciliated columnar epithelium. Why it is called ciliated? So this columnar epithelium are modified into cilia. Cilia we know, which helps to movement. Okay, now cilia, which means small hair-like projections. Cilia, ciliated columnar epithelium. How? Let's see. In the respiratory tract, okay, respiratory tract, the ciliated columnar tissues also, this columnar epithelium, columnar, CE, which means columnar epithelium, okay, columnar epithelial tissue also has cilia, which means hair-like projections. Okay, which are hair-like projections? Okay, the cilia, which means are hair-like projections on the surface of the epithelial cell. So here cells are there, and the surface we can see some cilia or the hair-like projections are present. Okay. So what's the function of this cilia? Function is that this cilia can move. Okay, this cilia can move, and their movement pushes the mucus forward to clear it. Okay, this mucus or the cilia can move. Like one directional movement is there. So what happens? And their movement pushes the mucus, whatever things, pushes the mucus forward to clear it. We know when we have any infection, first of all our body started to cough and sneeze, and the mucus will emit from our body. Yes, so because of the action of this cilia, the mucus come out because this action of the cilia. So these are the another two types of epithelial tissue. First we learn squamous, and the second one is columnar epithelium. Okay, columnar epithelium. Last one is cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium, which means cube shaped epithelium. Okay, cuboidal epithelium, which means cube shaped epithelium. So this cuboidal epithelium mainly seen the lining of kidney tubules. lining of kidney tubules, and duct of salivary glands. And duct of salivary glands. We know saliva is produced especially in mouth. Saliva, which helps to digest, yes, food items or chew well. So this duct of salivary glands and kidney tubules, we can see this kind of cuboidal, cube-like shaped epithelium. Okay, and this main function is very simple. It is mechanical support. Okay, mechanical support, which means it prevents any damage. Okay, and we move to the last one, sixth one, glandular epithelium. Okay, glandular epithelium. This glandular epithelium secretes substance at the epithelial surface. It secretes substance at the epithelial surface. Okay. Sometimes a portion of epithelial tissue fold inward and a multicellular gland is formed. So here glandular epithelium is mainly present in the surface of the epithelium. We know sweat glands, sebaceous glands, so many different glands are there. So because this glands and secretion is occur because of the presence of this glandular epithelium. Glandular, which means, remember, it's mainly for secretion. Okay, secretion of different substance. Okay, so these are the 6 main types of epithelium. So according to their structure and function, classified mainly 6 epithelial tissue. Main 4 are there and the subdivision also there. So altogether 6 epithelial tissues are there. Epithelial, which means protective layer. Okay, so dears, today we learn about the first animal tissue, protective tissue called epithelial tissues. Okay, so please study well. Thank you. If you have any comments or your valuable points, you can comment below the YouTube comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.